Ethan pressed his small hands against the tall iron fence that surrounded the grand mansion at the end of Maple Street in New Haven. His eyes sparkled as he watched a boy about his age step out of a shiny black SUV, greeted by a doorman who opened the gate with a warm smile. "Hey kid, what are you staring at? You don't belong here," the security guard barked, shooing Ethan away like a stray dog. Ethan flinched, then slowly turned back toward his neighborhood, a cluster of weathered trailers across the tracks. Back home, his father was already yelling, "Ethan, you're always wandering around dreaming of a life that isn't yours. Stop acting useless. We're workers, and that's all you'll ever be." But his mother placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Don't listen to him. Someday you'll make something of yourself, Ethan. I believe in you." That night, lying in his creaky bed, Ethan whispered to himself, "One day, I'll walk through that gate, not as an outsider, but as someone who belongs." Years passed. Ethan grew restless, drifting in and out of odd jobs while his father's words echoed in his head. "You'll never be more than this." He hung out with friends who spent their nights at gas station parking lots talking big but going nowhere. Across town, inside the mansion, the boy Ethan had once watched through the fence, James, had returned from college on the East Coast. He wore crisp suits, carried himself with quiet confidence, and everyone in town admired him. His family's wealth had bought him opportunities Ethan could only dream about. One summer evening, fate brought them face to face. Ethan was leaning against a broken streetlight near the diner when James's car pulled up. They locked eyes, and for a moment, it was like looking into a mirror. Same height, same face, same age. Ethan smirked. "Guess money really does buy better skincare." James laughed, but his smile faded quickly. "You think it's easy? You have no idea what's expected of me." Ethan's chest tightened. That night, he couldn't shake the thought. Why did James look so much like him? And why did he feel like their lives were tied together by more than coincidence? One rainy night, Ethan's father collapsed while working late at the factory. Ethan rushed him to the county hospital where the fluorescent lights hummed against the silence of waiting rooms. James's family arrived at the same hospital too. His father had been admitted after a sudden heart scare. The two young men crossed paths again, this time not on the street but in the corridor of life and death. Ethan overheard the nurses whispering, and one older nurse suddenly froze when she saw the two boys standing side by side. Her hands trembled. I know those faces. 20 years ago there were twins born here, but only one went home to the mansion. The other was given away." Ethan's heart pounded. "What are you saying?" James's mother arrived, her face pale. She tried to deny it, but tears betrayed her. "It's true. You both were born brothers. Ethan, you are my son too. But a deal was made long ago, a secret buried to protect the family's image." The hallway fell into silence. Ethan staggered back, anger and disbelief flooding his veins. James looked at him, eyes wide, torn between relief and guilt. The truth had finally broken through the fence between their worlds, but what would they do with it? The storm outside raged as Ethan stood frozen, staring at the mansion family who had once been strangers. His fists clenched. All those years of poverty, all the nights of hunger, all the words from his father telling him he was worthless, yet here stood proof that it wasn't fate. It was choice. Someone chose to give him away. James stepped closer. "Ethan, you're my brother. I didn't know, I swear. But maybe we can fix this, together." Ethan's mother, the woman who had raised him in the trailer park, rushed in from the waiting room. She wrapped her arms around him. "Son, don't forget who never let you go. You are mine, no matter what blood says." Ethan's anger softened. He realized that love wasn't defined by marble floors or polished cars, but by the hands that held you when you were small. He looked at James, and then at both families. "I can't erase the past," Ethan said quietly, "but I can choose my future. And I choose to stand with the people who never abandoned me." James nodded, tears in his eyes. Then let me be part of that future too. Not as the rich kid from Maple Street, but as your brother. For the first time, Ethan smiled without bitterness. The fence that once divided their worlds had finally disappeared. Not because Ethan walked through the gate, but because both brothers tore it down together.